would be the Everest Marathon in Nepal. She says it's so she can take the mental health message to the top of the world. I personally am not much of a runner. That's my husband. He did track and field, cross country. He's a coach now, but it's a fantastic cause, so maybe we'll consider it, only if I get to wear the fruit costume. Coming up in the next hour of Good Morning Northwest, new details in a fire that happened in Kennewick Friday and an inside look at the damage. And Kennewick raises a flag in honor of Organ Donation Awareness Month. Doctors tell us about the life-saving gift of organ donation. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. It is just before 6 o'clock on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. So let's check in right away this morning on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, it's going to be such a beautiful, nice day out. I think a little warmer than some of us may be prepared for. Is that correct?
Probably, yes. Some of you may not want to see 80s this early in the season, but we have another 80 degree on tap. We've already seen our first 80 degree day. That was a few weeks ago in Tri-Cities, and we could do it again today. This morning, the sky getting a little bit brighter out there. Official sunrise about a half an hour away with that sunset just before 7:30. Our temperatures are in the 40s, and we're even holding steady in the 50s in Walla Walla, 52 there, 41 in Dayton, 41 Tri-Cities, and 41 degrees in Yakima. So it's a chilly start, but not as cold as it has been lately. So this morning, prepare for temperatures in the 40s. You'll definitely need the jacket and the umbrella. But then you won't need that jacket this afternoon because by lunchtime, we're already in the 70s and we're looking at high temperatures right around 80 degrees. So we'll be close to record levels all across the region today. Enjoy it because we have big changes arriving tomorrow. Temperatures drop big time and rain chances are back in play. So we'll break it all down for you and have your latest 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit. Riley, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspected fatal drunk driving crash that involved at least one driver from Pasco. The crash happened Sunday night around 8 o'clock on SR 150. Authorities say 23-year-old Mateo Villa Morales was driving too fast, lost control of his car after a curve in the road and hit another vehicle head-on. That vehicle's driver was from Pasco. That driver and their 4 passengers were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Villa Morales was taken to the hospital for critical injuries. His passenger, 32-year-old Jose Morales Rosas, died at the scene. Villa Morales is being investigated for DUI, vehicular homicide, and vehicular assault. Yesterday, Pasco firefighters were called to this home on West Opal Street to handle a backyard brush fire. Pasco fire officials say they're still working to figure out what started the fire, but it looks like it happened near the property line between 2 houses and burned through some bushes and debris. It's a good reminder this time of year to get your yard cleaned up because dead grass and leaves can be the perfect fuel for a fire that then spreads to fences and even buildings. We're getting an inside look at the damage caused by a small kitchen fire in Kennewick. The blaze broke out this past Friday and it displaced a total of 24 people. But for the most part, fire damage isn't the problem, it's the water.
So I'm surprised it didn't flood.
You know, you have to have this.
Yeah, until my room, the whole carpet was soaked and wet.
That sound.
And then if we come, sorry, there's a lot of fans in here because of the smell.
Is becoming the new norm for this Kennewick family. Talk about what it was like getting the dog.
It was weird because they kept running from me. So I'm just like, we gotta go, we gotta leave, and they just kept running, and it was hard chasing them around to know like what's happening.
The Kennewick Fire Department responded to the call on the 4th floor of the Kent Manor Apartments Friday afternoon. It happened just before 3 p.m. on the 1000 block of West 5th Avenue after fire alarms alerted residents to a small kitchen fire. When crews arrived, the blaze had already been put out by the sprinkler system installed at the complex.
I'm over here just like, okay, I gotta leave. So I ran out of the house with no shoes on, like barefooted, have one dog in my hand, the other one on its leash, and all you see is everybody just running out and everyone's over here checking on me. They're like, are you home by yourself? And I'm like, well, yeah, like I don't know what to do. Is this fake?
Luckily, nobody was hurt, but a total of 24 residents were displaced. So the Red Cross of Eastern Washington is doing what they can to help.
In this case, we did not set up a shelter. Okay. These individuals were provided financial assistance from the Red Cross, which they then used to secure lodging for the evening.
And as for the Orozco family, who's now drying off, they are counting their blessings.
It could have been worse. Thank God it wasn't.
Many residents have now set up a GoFundMe or impact page, including the Orozco family, who you just saw. You can find that information on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Public transportation has a new look in Northeast Oregon. Morrow County Public Transit added 3 new fixed routes to its bus system. It's called the Loop. You can now use the transit routes to get to or from Boardman, Hermiston, Heppner, or even Pendleton. A representative from the transit system tells us the rural transit routes present a challenge, but are necessary for community members to access the region.
A key piece of this puzzle in that they will be bringing a connecting bus in from Hermiston that will come through Irrigan, and it will come into Boardman and connect with our service, which will allow people to be able to travel further into Hermiston, be able to travel into Pendleton, and use the kayak service where they have routes and lines available.
We're told it took several partnerships to make the fixed route system a reality. Morrow County Public Transit used grants from the Oregon Department of Transportation to pay for the new buses and operational fees. A partnership with Kayak Public Transit of the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation will also allow the community to move farther with the transit routes. The Ironman 70.3 is coming to the Tri-Cities later this year, and they're looking for volunteers. The event is happening on September 22nd this year, and people can sign up individually or as a group for volunteer opportunities. Visit Tri-Cities posted a link to the application on Facebook, where you can see all of the different available volunteer positions that are open. And the Blue Mountain Humane Society in Walla Walla is getting a $10,000 grant from the nonprofit Petco Love. Petco Love has put more than $15 million invested to powering local organizations in commitment to create a future where no pet is unnecessarily euthanized, according to Petco Love. The Blue Mountain Humane Society is a no-kill shelter with a higher than 90% save rate. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, 7 aid workers killed after a convoy was hit in Gaza. We have the details next.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Race towards big wins at Wild Horse Resort and Casino during the $125,000 Derby Dash for cash and prizes. The track comes alive with over $13,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Pick your lucky horse, jockey your way to victory, and ride away with up to $700 cash. Then join us Saturday, April 27 for a $15,000 grand prize. 3 winners will race towards the finish line, and the winner takes home $10,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Hey! Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone. with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
When two family pets are killed by sheriff's deputies.
They got out their AKs in a residential neighborhood and proceeded to shoot.
Viewers asked us to find out why.
They're running around and just playing.
Apple Valley News Now digs deeper,
No one got hurt. There was no dog fights.
trying to get answers.
The dogs didn't do anything.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Local news you need from people you trust. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Welcome back. World Central Kitchen says at least 7 of its aid workers have been killed in an Israeli military strike in Gaza. The group says a convoy was hit, leaving a warehouse where the team had unloaded more than 100 tons of humanitarian aid. The U.S.-based nonprofit says it will seek accountability from the Israeli government. The White House said it was heartbroken and deeply troubled by the strike and urged Israel to investigate what happened. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, salmon recovery efforts are underway in McKee Creek in Northeast Oregon. What experts say they're doing to turn things around. That exclusive story is coming up. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. We will be right back.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check. Joe McDonald volunteered at the Pasco Aviation Museum, and although he is gone, his dedication to the museum lives on, earning them a $1,000 check from STCU.
He was very particular and did all the research, so the information that's in the display cases were absolutely accurate.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
When two family pets are killed by sheriff's deputies.
They got out their AKs in a residential neighborhood and proceeded to shoot.
Viewers asked us to find out why.
They're running around and just playing.
Apple Valley News Now digs deeper,
No one got hurt. There was no dog fights.
trying to get answers.
The dogs didn't do anything.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Local news you need from people you trust. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Weather-wise, it's been kind of a strange winter with lots of clouds and more rain than usual. Now it's springtime and we're all looking forward to some great northwest weather. But a pop-up rain shower or blowing dust can change your plans. So trust Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, to give you plenty of warning of what's headed our way because we want no weather surprises.
Trust Stacy Lee and Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, on your side.
Always on your side.
Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington is holding an Air Miles drive to help grant wishes to local children with critical illnesses. With nearly every wish now through August requiring air travel, your donation of airline miles today can launch countless journeys of joy and healing. Alaska Airlines will match a portion of the Alaska donations to jumpstart the campaign, and McCurley dealerships want to help get the word out to Eastern Washington. Turn miles into smiles by donating your unused air miles or points to Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington today.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back. We are seeing the sunshine or a brighter sky out there as we get closer and closer to the official sunrise, I should say. And temperatures are hovering in the 40s and 50s. It's not quite as chilly as it has been the past couple of days. And that just shows you how much warmer it's going to be today. So if you enjoyed the 70s yesterday, I think you'll enjoy the 80s today. So right now we're at 52 in Walla Walla, 40 in Dayton, 41 in Tri-Cities, 44 Connell, 41 in Yakima, and 40 degrees in Ellensburg. High pressure firmly in control, but it'll start to weaken and shift more to the south as our next storm system pushes onshore. And that's the one that's going to bring us the cooler weather and also the more unsettled weather pattern. So today is our last warm day. In fact, near record warmth is looking likely across much of the Columbia Basin. There's our next storm system, that upper low, that big dip in the jet stream. That'll be pushing onshore tomorrow. At the surface, we're going to have a cold front move through. It'll bring us a chance for showers and also drop temperatures big time, well below average as we head into your rest of the work week and into the weekend. Thursday, rain chances will be increasing with snow possible along the higher elevations of the Cascades into portions of Washington and Oregon. So it seems like winter hanging on for some folks as we head into the month of April. As we go through today, look at these highs: 80 in Tri-Cities, Hermiston, 77 Walla Walla, 80 in Yakima, 81 in Toppenish. Plenty of sunshine. And let's show you the forecast versus the record highs for today. We're forecasting 80 in Tri-Cities, the record to beat 82. It'll be close. Yakima, 80 degrees. The record to beat is 80, so we could potentially tie it. 77 in Walla Walla today. Record is 83. That'll probably remain safe. And Hermiston, the record of 80 could be in jeopardy as we're forecasting 80 degrees this afternoon. So here's what to expect tonight. You'll notice that the clouds will increase. The wind will be picking up. It will be a breezy night. Here comes that cold front. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will be dropping into the 40s again, mid and upper 40s. So a chilly start, but don't expect a warm up tomorrow because there will be that chance for showers in the morning. Best chances will really be from Tri-Cities and points off to the east. And we're talking about some light rain. It's not going to be heavy by any means, but it will be more wet, or wetter, I should say, as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as this system kind of lingers across the region. So tomorrow, a few showers possible for Tri-Cities, better chances for areas east of Tri-Cities, but look at those highs. Low to middle 50s in the foothills of the Blues, close to 60 in Tri-Cities, and then 57 in Yakima. It is going to be a much cooler day compared to what we're expecting today. So 80 this afternoon. We're dropping 20 plus degrees by tomorrow. Better rain chances for Tri-Cities Thursday and Friday. Cooler 50s, and then the 60s return as we head into the weekend. Yakima, 80 today, 57 tomorrow with a lot of clouds and just a slight chance for a few showers Thursday and Friday. Walla Walla, you'll have a better chance for more rain. Therefore, I think rain totals will be higher in your region, and it will be even cooler. Thursday, Friday, we drop into the 40s, but we'll see a gradual warm up with 50s returning this weekend. Hermiston, 80 today, 56 tomorrow, and rain chances peak Thursday and Friday with highs in the lower 50s. Riley?
Thank you, Tiffany. More salmon are coming back to the northeast Oregon thanks to recovery efforts in Mackay Creek. Our Toby Solvang talked to the experts about how they're working to turn things around. It's a story you'll only see right here on Apple Valley News Now.
Just west of Pendleton, Mackay Creek meets the Umatilla River. For 30 years, fish were blocked out of the creek by what's called an adult weir. But in July 2023, half of the weir was taken down, opening it up to migrating fish for the first time in 3 decades. This is the story of the Mackay Creek comeback. In 1927, the Mackay Creek Dam went in 6 miles upstream to make a reservoir for irrigation.
Historically, the Mackay Creek subbasin in the Umatilla hosted multiple species of fish. Both anadromous and residential.
Anadromous meaning that those fish are born in freshwater, rear for 1 to 3 years, and then migrate out of the freshwater back to the ocean.
But since the dam was built in 1927, those anadromous runs of species were extirpated from the system. So that was the spring chinook, fall chinook, coho, summer steelhead, Pacific lamprey, and we have a rich traditional and oral history of tribal use within the basin.
Salmon have been an integral part of tribal culture since time immemorial. But the dam caused a major habitat loss for the fish. And in the early 90s, the area was designated as a critical habitat and some fish were put on the endangered species list. Eventually, the government mandated that the dam spill enough water to at least protect the juvenile fish. As the creek filled back up, the cool water attracted salmon that were actually supposed to continue for miles up the Umatilla River. So, in 1995, the weir was installed to stop them from taking a wrong turn. And in 2022, they did a study to see if salmon could survive in those lower 6 miles of Mackay Creek.
We had an initial study where we released 30 pair of coho just to investigate whether or not they would be able to successfully spawn within this lower portion of Mackay Creek. With that, we went out and performed spawning ground surveys and were able to enumerate 15 reds that year. So we were able to determine that it was a viable option to get fish in here. You can think of a red as a fish nest. It's where they deposit their eggs. What the fish do is they'll turn on their sides and use their caudal fin, that's their tail fin, to push the gravel out, and they'll create kind of a bowl. Then the female will deposit her eggs in that and then go back and fan gravel again and cover that up. Just below us is where we actually were able to observe fry, so success out of those reds.
So it's amazing to see all of that habitat being utilized and how quickly fish will recolonize when you allow them to do so.
So they decided to open the weir, and just 7 months later, they counted 72 reds, marking the first time in 30 years that migrating salmon found their way into Mackay Creek to spawn.
Up above us past this point, there's 108 miles of habitat and 26 stream miles that would be available to those anadromous fish. So it's a really big deal to get passage over this, especially being 25% of the overall steelhead habitat in the Umatilla Basin.
Making a safe passage through the dam is a complicated engineering challenge, but if it can be solved, there's a vast natural habitat waiting behind it.
So this is the area and the type of habitat we're hoping to get these fish into. We like to refer to it as turnkey habitat. This is fantastic habitat for these fish. Fish that are produced in these mid-Columbia tributaries support fisheries in the lower Columbia River. They support ocean fisheries, Alaska fisheries, Washington fisheries. But we're restoring processes. In our tribal culture, our first foods and our connection to the landscape and those first foods within it is something that we're also trying to restore. These type of collaborations between tribal, state, and federal agencies that create success, immediate success, will always be important and will continue to be important into the future. Yeah, hopefully someday we'll be out here fishing for salmon and steelhead together.
Future generations that can do so too. It's very important that that happens.
This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the Department of Health and Human Services says doctors now need signed consent for certain sensitive tests when the patient is under anesthesia. Health headlines are coming up after this.
2 family pets killed by sheriff's deputies.
They got out their AKs and proceeded to shoot. No one got hurt. The dogs didn't do anything.
Apple Valley News Now went looking for answers.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself. Self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
It's the sale that took the country by storm. Denver Mattress presents the smash hit Spring into Savings with fan favorites like
Sealy Comfort for me and better sleep too. And don't forget a free gift for you. Save up to $150.
That's the athlete's choice.
Get 4 years now into responsibility.
I'm shipped free.
That's a 365 guarantee.
But don't wait, Spring into Savings at Denver Mattress ends soon.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with all service members and their families. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Want free college or career training? It's possible. Go to wogrant.org.
Welcome back. The Department of Health and Human Services has issued new guidance for hospitals regarding consent. In a letter to teaching hospitals and medical schools, HHS said doctors performing sensitive tests such as pelvis or prostate exams must get signed consent from the patient if they are to be under anesthesia. It said patients should have the same opportunity to consent and participate in education, whether they are awake and fully clothed or not. The department says the new guidance is meant to clarify requirements for participants in Medicare and Medicaid programs. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a mother suspected of killing her 4-year-old son appeared in court. New details about the condition police found the child in. And a scary moment for one Oregon man as he was nearly run into by a 4-foot-tall concrete saw blade while walking into a business. More about the incident and who's potentially at fault.
When 2 family pets are killed by sheriff's deputies.
They got out their AKs in a residential neighborhood and proceeded to shoot.
Viewers asked us to find out why.
They're running around and just playing.
Apple Valley News Now digs deeper.
No one got hurt. There was no dog fights.
Trying to get answers.
The dogs didn't do anything.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Local news you need from people you trust. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
Car wreck, I'm here to help you.
His caring and supportive nature created a bond, and he shares that with every client he has.
Stacy always says really good things about me.
I got T-boned at an intersection, ended up having a back injury. Mariano got me about 50 times more than I thought I was going to get.
I did my best, and she got way more than she expected.
Can't thank Mariano enough. I mean, he is the guy.
Call 853-2222.
April is Home Run Riches Month at Legends Casino Hotel, where you're guaranteed $1,000 just for stepping up to the plate, with a chance to round the bases for $10,000. Just play with your Legends Rewards card, and you could be called a pinch hit on Thursdays and win thousands of dollars. You don't even need a complicated contract or sleazy agent to bet on our team. Hey, betta, swing, betta. Come play Home Run Riches all April long at Legends Casino Hotel.
The average family throws out $1,500 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity, like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
Apple Valley News Now proudly announces Brenda from Kennewick as the winner of Jacob & Rhodes Ugly Furnace Contest.
When you called and told me that, I went and shocked, and it's a huge blessing and a big help.
We're just so happy to make Brenda a customer of Jacobs & Rhodes.
She has received a brand new Daikin furnace. Congratulations, Brenda. Stay warm for years to come with your fantastic new Daikin furnace from Jacobs & Rhodes.
Weather-wise, it's been kind of a strange winter with lots of clouds and more rain than usual. Now it's springtime and we're all looking forward to some great northwest weather. But a pop-up rain shower or blowing dust can change your plans. So trust Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather to give you plenty of warning of what's headed our way because we want no weather surprises.
Trust Stacy Lee and Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather on your side.
Always on your side.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the city of Pasco is working to disband its downtown Pasco Development Authority accused of embezzlement. And one Oregon man was nearly run into by a 4-foot-tall concrete saw blade while walking into a business. What led up to this and the response from the man. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. It is just before 6:30 on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. So let's check in right away this morning on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what can we expect as we're waking up this morning?
It's not too chilly out there, Riley. Temperatures are in the 40s. It's another beautiful start. We're only a few minutes away from the official sunrise, so it's pretty bright out there already with that sunrise at 6:33 and the sunset set to occur at 7:27. We're down into the lower 40s in Tri-Cities, so it's definitely chilly enough where you need a jacket before leaving the house. It's 41 in Yakima, 43 in Toppenish, 52 Walla Walla, and 40 degrees in Dayton. But as you're commuting this morning, you may need the heat, but you certainly won't need the heat this afternoon. Look at these temperatures, 80 degrees. Put the windows down. Bring the windows up in your home if you want to allow some of that fresh air in. Weather will not slow you down on either your morning or evening commute. And it'll be a great evening if you want to take the dog for a walk, get the kids to the playground, or even fire up the grill, as temperatures will hover in the mid and upper 70s until sunset, and then we'll drop into the 60s. Now the wind will pick up tonight, and our next cold front moves in overnight, early tomorrow, depending on where you're located. So we'll talk about that big temperature drop, how low those temperatures will go, and when those rain chances return. That's all coming up in a bit. Riley?
Thank you, Tiffany. We start this half hour with a scam alert. The Kennewick Police Department and Benton County Sheriff's Office is warning people that agencies have been receiving scam complaints. Scammers posing as law enforcement officials have requested money from people to resolve an urgent matter and threatening arrest if the matter isn't resolved. According to KPD, the phone even rings to a Benton County Sheriff's Office phone tree. Police say law enforcement will never call you to demand money to resolve a legal issue. They warn not to provide any cash, credit card information, or gift cards to any caller requesting money and to report it to the real authorities. Last night in Pasco, the City Council discussed the Downtown Pasco Development Authority at its regularly scheduled meeting. The Council is moving to approve Resolution number 4440, finding a date and place for a public hearing on the dissolution of the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The Mayor and the Council says this step aligns with guidelines for disbanding public entities, highlighting Pasco's dedication to active community participation and transparent governance. Apple Valley News Now spoke with City Councilman Leo Perales, who says on April 15th, a public hearing will allow for the public's input in making the final decision regarding the future of the downtown development group, who's been accused of embezzlement.
April 15th will be the hearing date, and then probably a subsequent vote afterwards, and I believe it's going to be pretty unanimous. I'd be surprised if there's any holdouts. I think we're just ready to turn the page, and looking forward to putting on some good festivals with the people we have in Parks and Rec and the rest of the city staff. We're just looking to kind of move on and start fresh.
Back in 2015, Pasco police arrested Michael Goines, the executive director of the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The 36-year-old allegedly embezzled money over a long period of time. Cadlick Regional Medical Center in Richland held a flag-raising ceremony to mark the beginning of Organ Donation Awareness Month. The flag will fly through the month of April to help raise awareness about the life-saving gift of organ donation. One Catholic doctor tells us organ donors are vital in helping save patients' lives.
And if you look at the current numbers, there are more than 100,000 patients who are waiting for an organ. Not everyone gets an organ, and many of them die due to the disease process itself. So that's why it's important to have organ donors as well, to kind of help those who are in need.
He says if you're interested in being a donor, you can quickly and easily register through your driver's license. A Washington mother suspected of killing her 4-year-old son appeared in court Monday. Authorities believe 27-year-old Janet Garcia stabbed her son to death as many as 41 times. The body of Ariel Garcia was discovered last Thursday after the mother gave police inconsistent statements about his whereabouts. FBI agents and the South Sound Gang Task Force used cell phone data to track her previous movements, which led to the body of the boy wrapped in a blanket. Janet Garcia is being held on $5 million bail. Her attorney asked for a lower bail, but was denied. A 4-foot concrete saw blade went flying away from construction workers and toward a man walking into a liquor store nearby. It happened in Eugene, Oregon. Aaron Ariano has the story of how the man narrowly avoided getting hit by it.
I mean, obviously it wasn't my time, but it's probably the closest I've ever experienced it.
Shane Remke is still shaking just thinking about how he narrowly escaped death on Thursday after a 4-foot concrete saw blade came flying from a nearby construction site, slamming into the wall of this liquor store just seconds after Remke had just walked in.
So I was walking into the store here, I put my handle on the door, and I heard a loud bang and yelling over here at the corner. Just as a cloud of smoke pops up, and I see a guy fall into the ditch, and a 4-foot blade hurling at me as I'm walking through the doorway.
A traffic contractor who witnessed the incident says a loose bolt and possible operator error may have caused the giant saw blade to come loose and spin away at high speeds straight for the liquor store.
Oh my God, I tears all night. Like, yeah, it was terrifying. I was shaking in the store. It kicked me a little bit before I could talk.
Store owner Amit Graywall and his mother are seen here behind the counter when they hear a loud noise. Graywall can see the blade on security camera fly towards his store.
All I heard was like a metal rolling down from the street, and I looked at the camera, it was just wind. And all of a sudden we heard a loud bang, like it shook literally the whole store.
Just for some height comparison here, I'm about 5'9". You can see right here where the top of the blade would have been right here at the beginning of my torso. The blade, Graywall says, embedded nearly 2 feet deep into the wall of his store. He says it took 3 men to remove the massive blade. A contracted traffic worker tells me off camera Northwest Natural Gas and 2 other contractors, Bricks Paving Northwest and Integrity Traffic, are in the area working on a leaky gas valve near a sidewalk. Graywall says there's already shifting blame as to who's responsible for this close call.
Northwest Natural Supervisor was already here, so he said we're not responsible. It's a third-party contract that's responsible for this.
I reached out to Northwest Natural Gas. They say the incident was very unusual and they're glad no one got hurt. They say a contractor at their site is responsible and they've removed that contractor from work while they review the incident. Remke says after video of the incident went viral on social media, his kids rushed home to see him.
They all came to my house and hugged me, and we had lots of cries, and I'm thankful to be here, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was thinking maybe it's my time, but I don't think I would have survived getting touched by that thing.
Despite his near-death experience, Remke says he'll continue to shop at the liquor store. In Eugene, Aaron Ariano, KZI 9 News.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the NCAA is down to the Final Four. And no one is surprised that Caitlin Clark and her Hawkeyes are headed to the semifinals. Highlights from last night's games coming up.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
When you've been representing accident victims as long as Alan has, you develop a certain sense of confidence and expertise. Word spreads. People know and trust you. Insurance companies take you seriously. It takes hard work to earn a good reputation.
What are the questions every couple should ask and answer before jumping into marriage, owning a home, and having children? This morning on GMA. Oh yeah, we're going there. Before you take the lead. This morning on Good Morning America.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Hi, I'm Bruce Shaver. These are my two sons, Gary and John, and we built this deck. We won't settle for anything less than contractor grade.
So we get all of our building materials and supplies from Par.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIS, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-257-0683. That's 800-257-0683.
When you need legal help for your injuries, you don't need hassles. You need someone who knows his way around the courtroom. If you've been injured and want to know what your rights are, call 735-0546. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington is holding an Air Miles drive to help grant wishes to local children with critical illnesses. With nearly every wish now through August requiring air travel, your donation of airline miles today can launch countless journeys of joy and healing. Alaska Airlines will match a portion of the Alaska donations to jumpstart the campaign, and McCurley dealerships want to help get the word out to Eastern Washington. Turn miles into smiles by donating your unused air miles or points to Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington today.
Welcome back. Caitlin Clark is on fire, helping the Iowa Hawkeyes advance to the women's Final Four last night, and she did it by defeating last year's champions. Reporter Lionel Moise says it was essentially a rematch of last year's NCAA title game.
This morning, a rematch like no other in the NCAA Women's Elite Eight.
The Hawkeyes are headed back to the Final Four.
Number 1 seed Iowa, led by Caitlin Clark, eliminating number 3 LSU, who beat Iowa in the championship game last year. The final score 94-87. Clark with 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, admitting she knew it wouldn't be easy, which makes this win even sweeter.
A lot of people counted us out at the beginning of the year with the people we lost, and all we did was work really hard, and to get back here is really hard. This region was loaded with so much talent, and the job's not finished.
Iowa, while number 1, was still seen as the underdog. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith saying this before the game.
Well, that's exactly why I'm not picking Caitlin Clark. On far too many occasions, we don't take into consideration the level of competition that you're going up against.
But Smith changing his tune mid-game, posting, "Yo, at Caitlin Clark 22 is official. She is putting on an absolute show. At LSU does not have an answer for her. Not Reese, not Johnson, not Mulkey, not anyone."
Reese comes up with a steal.
Angel Reese scoring 17 points with 20 rebounds, but it wasn't enough. She ultimately fouled out. Reese emotional after the game, speaking about how she was covered last year after LSU won the championship.
Death threats, I've been sexualized, I've been threatened, I've been so many things, and I've stood strong. I just want to always just know, I'm still a human.
Now we know it'll be UConn awaiting Iowa in the Final Four. The Huskies knocking out USC 80-73, led by standout Paige Beckers, a.k.a. Paige Buckets, who was sidelined last year with a torn ACL. She credits her faith for the comeback.
Last year I was praying to be back at this stage, and he sent me trials and tribulations. But it was to build my character. It was to test my faith to see if I was only believer in the good times.
The Final Four is Friday night on ESPN. Caitlin Clark could advance to another national championship as the grand finale of her senior year before heading to the WNBA. Up next, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full weather forecast. Beautiful sunrise on our Skycam this morning. We will be right back.
6 o'clock, bogey.
Did you say burger? Because I can go for a burger.
I'm not talking about burger.
Roger that. Fire now. Need burger? Get burger. Spicy Western Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Carl's Jr.
Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. In football, your team can have a bad season. In real life, when you are having a bad season, you can call Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. And with tens of millions of dollars collected on behalf of clients, we will find the best solution for your situation. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit us online at quantumlegal.com.
Want to drive?
Really?
Most of us agree our roads are safer when we put away our phones. But we still have some people to reach. So spread the message. And set the example. Because that's how we make the road a safer place for you and your loved ones. Together, we get there.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. Take action with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Oh boy, look at that Carl's Jr. burger. Bacon, jalapenos, beef, cheese, bacon, beef. $5 on the app? What? Another burger. Lettuce, cheese, melty, delicious pickle. You gotta be kidding. Barbecue sauce, strip, crunchy onion rings. $5? I'm burger rich. Need burger? Get burger.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The sun is up. It's another beautiful start to your Tuesday. Every day that we take a look out of the shot, it seems like more and more of the trees are blooming. So some of you may be allergic to that tree pollen. We're going to have that allergy forecast coming up in just a minute. I do want to show you our area temperatures right now. It's not quite as cold as it has been. We only have a few locations like Moses Lake and Ellensburg in the 30s, the rest of us in the 40s. It's definitely chilly enough for you to need the jacket, but overall not bad. 52 in Walla Walla. It's 39 in Dayton, a little bit cooler there. 46 in Pendleton, 41 Tri-Cities, and 41 degrees in Yakima. High pressure still in control of our weather, but it will start to shift more to the south and east tonight and tomorrow, allowing our next storm system to move in. So this is what the weather pattern looks like. Today will be our last warm day, the warmest that we've seen. and we'll watch that system offshore, because what happens is this ridge of high pressure shifts east. That'll allow a dip in the jet stream to move into the Pacific Northwest. At the surface, we'll have a cold front that'll move in early tomorrow morning. That's going to bring us a chance for showers and also drop temperatures dramatically by tomorrow afternoon. Thursday, rain chances increase with this storm system overhead, and our rain chances stay in the forecast through the end of the week and last into the weekend for some locations. Today, no rain in the forecast, just plenty of sunshine. Make sure you have the shades ready to go. Near record warmth is likely. 80 for your high temperature in Tri-Cities, Hermiston, 77 Walla Walla, 75 in Ellensburg, and 80 degrees in Yakima. And here's the forecast versus the record highs for today. Tri-Cities, it'll be close. We're forecasting 80. The record to beat is 82, and that's a long-standing record set back in 1908. Yakima, we could tie the record high of 80 if we hit 80. 77 in Walla Walla, that record of 83 will be probably on the safe side. And in Hermiston, we could tie the record of 80 degrees set back in 1944. Here's that allergy forecast. With the warm weather, the pollen counts are in the high range, at least for tree pollen today, and tomorrow they start to drop a little bit, and then we'll get some big time relief as we head into your Friday and Saturday with that cooler weather and with the rain chances in play. So that's the silver lining to the cooler weather and the rain moving back in. So no rain today, no rain at least this evening. It's looking pretty nice if you want to spend some time outside before the sun sets. Maybe a few showers overnight in the foothills of the Blues. And then tomorrow morning, a couple of sprinkles possible for the Tri-Cities as that front moves in. And then we'll have a chance for some light rain showers tomorrow during the day. We'll start off in the 40s tomorrow morning. And then throughout the day, notice how the best chance for rain will really be just to the east of Tri-Cities along the foothills of the Blues. I think the rain will primarily be on the light side, and I think if you're located in the Yakima or Kittitas Valleys, you'll probably stay on the dry side tomorrow with rain chances back in play by Thursday and Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, big change from the 70s and 80s today. We're talking about highs only in the upper 50s, so that'll be a little bit of a shock to the system. Chance for a couple of showers tomorrow in Tri-Cities, and then we turn it even cooler Thursday and Friday as those rain chances go up. Rain should be a little bit more widespread, still on the light side. And then we start to dry out and the weather improves this weekend. Yakima, 80 degrees, 57 dry tomorrow, and then just a slight chance for a few hit or miss showers with temperatures in the 50s. Better chances for more widespread rain and higher totals in Walla Walla. Chances are pretty high for rain Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, coming down a little bit on Saturday. 80 in Hermiston on today, I should say, today, and then 56 tomorrow. There's rain chances peaking on Thursday. Riley?
Thank you, Tiffany. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, tax season is here, and this year, H&R Block and TurboTax are rolling out new AI chatbots to assist users preparing their own returns.
Their new AI Tax Assist is so awesome. It answers my questions if I ever need help.
The Washington Post tech reporter Jeffrey Fowler tried them out and devised a set of 16 hypothetical tax questions to ask the Q&A function of the program. Like this one.
Where should your child file taxes if she goes to college out of state?
Then he says he enlisted the help of tax professionals from EP Wealth Advisors to check the results.
TurboTax's AI responded with advice about tax credits and extensions. And H&R Block's AI implied she had to file taxes in both states.
And coming up at 7 a.m., experts weigh in on how the AI did. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspected fatal drunk driving crash that involved at least one driver from Pasco. The crash happened Sunday night around 8 o'clock on SR 150. Authorities say 23-year-old Mateo Villa Morales lost control of his car and crashed into another car head-on. That vehicle's driver was from Pasco. They and their 4 passengers were taken to the hospital. Villa Morales was taken to the hospital for critical injuries. His passenger, 32-year-old Jose Morales Rosas, died at the scene. Villa Morales is being investigated for DUI, vehicular homicide, and vehicular assault. The Pasco City Council is considering dissolving the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The council is moving to approve resolution number 4440, finding a date and place for a public hearing on the dissolution of the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The mayor and council says this step aligns with guidelines for disbanding public entities. City Councilman Leo Perales says on April 15th, a public hearing will allow for the public's input in making the final decision. Catholic Regional Medical Center in Richland held a flag-raising ceremony to mark the beginning of Organ Donation Awareness Month. The flag will fly throughout the month of April and to help raise awareness about the life-saving gift of organ donation. Catholic doctors say organ donors are vital in helping save patients' lives. Morrow County Public Transit added 3 new fixed routes to its bus system. It's called The Loop, and you can now use the transit routes to get to or from Boardman, Hermiston, Heppner, or even Pendleton. A representative from the transit system says these routes are necessary for community members to access the region. The Kennewick Police Department and Benton County Sheriff's Office is warning people that the agencies have been receiving scam complaints. Scammers posing as law enforcement officials have requested money and threatened to arrest you if you don't obey. Police say law enforcement will never call you to demand money to resolve a legal issue and never turn over your financial information. The Ironman 70.3 is coming to the Tri-Cities later this year, and they're looking for volunteers. The event is happening on September 22nd this year, and people can sign up individually or as a group for volunteer opportunities. Visit Tri-Cities posted a link to the application on Facebook where you can see all of the different available volunteer positions that are open. The Blue Mountain Humane Society in Walla Walla is getting a $10,000 grant from the nonprofit Petco Love. Petco Love has put more than $15 million invested to powering local organizations in commitment to create a future where no pet is unnecessarily euthanized, according to Petco Love. The Blue Mountain Humane Society is a no-kill shelter with a higher than 90% save rate. Let's check in with Tiffany.
It's going to feel more like June today compared to early April. And we're starting off with plenty of sunshine out there as we take a look at our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam in Richland. Temperatures are on the chilly side this morning, so just grab that light jacket and also grab the shades. You'll definitely need them today. 41 in Tri-Cities, 44 Connell, 52 in Walla Walla, and 41 in Yakima. Today we're looking at near record warmth. This is not an error. You see highs around 80 degrees in many locations. It's going to be incredibly warm. Some of you may even call it hot today, but at least the humidity stays low. Clouds increase tonight. The wind will be picking up as temperatures fall back down into the 40s. There could be a couple of sprinkles in the Tri-Cities tomorrow morning, and then some light rain showers will be impacting most likely the foothills of the Blues tomorrow, and we'll have a chance for some scattered light rain in the Tri-Cities area as well. Drier the farther west you are, but those rain chances go up even more as we head into Thursday and Friday. The pattern becoming very unsettled. The biggest change will be the temperature drop. We're 80 today, 59 tomorrow. That means temperatures drop 20 plus degrees, and then cooler Thursday, Friday. Same for Yakima, 80 today, 57 tomorrow, lower 50s Thursday and Friday. Walla Walla will be even cooler, highs in the 40s, but it looks like the weekend we start to improve. Riley?
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock, and you can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Have a fantastic Tuesday.